Joining me right now on the KeyDon Live line, Kevin Richards with Tech News.
Good morning, Alan. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great.
Let's get into some of these things. We have a big announcement in a few moments also, but let's get into some of these things. The U.S. Seems, what I've been reading and hearing, almost ready to give up control of the Internet Corporation for assigned names and numbers, the ICANN. What is that all about, and why is the U.S., why are we surrendering again?
Well, so ICANN is definitely the corporation that controls the Internet. Whenever we type in a domain name, say you go to kdon.com, that's actually a bunch of numbers in the background that are, it's like an address.
Uh-huh.
So what's happening is it's resolving and changing the kdon.com into that numerical address, and then it sends the traffic over to your servers, and that's how we listen to the show and read the news. The United States has been in control of that for the entire history of the Internet.
Okay, that's great. I like it.
Well, and so for whatever reason, the United States government has made it clear under President Obama that they are willing to relinquish that control and give over control to an international body.
Are we going to apologize for having created it, by the way?
You know, I don't know if we're going to apologize for creating the Internet. That's a good question.
Oh, boy. Why are we willing to give up control of this to the United Nations, I guess?
You know, I'm not sure who's going to actually end up being in control of it. They haven't given control of it yet. What's happening right now is that ICANN is developing plans to present to the U.S. Department of Commerce next year. And when they show those plans, if the government is satisfied, they would not renew the contract to be in control of ICANN. But if U.S. officials are not happy with the proposal for whatever reason, they say that they would extend the contract for a short period of time to allow them time to fix whatever they think is wrong. I think the point is here, with all the things that happened this year with Edward Snowden and the NSA and all the spying that's going on, you know, the government feels like it's the right time to get an international body, a more fair body to oversee the Internet.
Yeah, the United Nations would be a lot more fair to the United States, of course, overseeing the Internet. We know that. I hope they do extend it, and I hope they extend it till we get a new president in, and then we can make some changes. That's incredible.
Well, the underlying idea here is that America doesn't necessarily stand for freedom and liberty and freedom of speech, and that's really what's being said when they're saying we need to get this out from under the control of the United States.
Yeah, let's give it over to Iran or Syria or somewhere like that, and or Saudi Arabia. They certainly are much better when it comes to freedom of speech. North Korea, that comes to my mind right off. I'm telling you, this is some weird stuff. Let's talk about Apple for a few minutes. Apple announcing a new iPad Air and a new iMac.
They did. They had an announcement yesterday, and so what they announced was the new Apple iPad Air 2, and it's starting at just $499. It includes the Touch ID fingerprint sensor. It's a very thin device, and it's also very lightweight. It's less than a pound, and it's less than 7 millimeters thick. So they've taken all the technology that they just rolled out in the iPhone 6, and now they've upgraded their iPads to be in line with that. And what's funny, have you ever been on vacation, or even here in Vegas, down on the Strip, have you seen people with iPads using them as phones and holding them up and taking pictures with them?
Yes.
It's one of those things that it either bugs you or you don't care. I know a lot of people online they post pictures of other people taking pictures with their iPad, and they make a big deal about it and say this is not a phone, or I'm sorry, this is not a camera. But Apple clearly disagrees. They think it is a useful camera, and they've now upgraded that camera. It's now got 8 megapixels, and the quality of those photos is going to be significantly better. So don't expect to see people putting away those iPad Airs anytime soon.
All right, we'll talk a little bit about the new iMac in a moment, and a few other issues, and we'll give a big announcement coming up also, the other side of traffic. I'm talking with Kevin Richards, of course, the president and CEO of Ventura Web Design. They created my webpage by way of disclosure, allenstock.com. You want to find out more about them, go to allenstock.com, and on the right-hand side of the page, you'll see the Ventura Web Design logo. Click onto that, and you'll be able to get in touch with Kevin Richards. We'll come on back and continue with Kevin Richards in just a moment. Let's get back to Kevin Richards with some tech news. Hey, Kevin?
I'm here.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention real quick. Let's make this a big announcement. Next week you'll be also with me, same time, 7:30 next Friday. But after that, we're making a switch, and starting in 2 weeks, a week from next Thursday or 2 weeks from yesterday, you'll be on every Thursday, 7:30 to 8.
We're doing it. We're making a switch to a new time slot. It's going to put us more in tune with the big announcements. We're going to be able to, when Apple's making their announcements, we'll be on the same day as that. And the tech news seems to be growing and growing, so it's going to be great to have more time to share that with your audience.
I think I'm looking forward to it. And again, next week, same time, week after, we'll make the change. So real quickly, let's talk about the Apple announcing the new iMac. What's with this new iMac? Tell me about it.
New iMac, it's a great product. If you really care about beauty and the quality of your machinery, certainly Apple's got the lead there. But they just announced the iMac with Retina 5K display. And what that means is it has more pixels per square inch than any other device out there. The iMac with Retina 5K is it's a beautiful product. Whether you're watching movies on it, whether you're browsing through the internet and looking at photos, or whether you're a graphic artist who needs to have true to life color so your designs can look beautiful both on screen and in print, it's a great product and definitely something you should take a look at.
Now, this will come in different sizes, obviously, right?
Well, it doesn't come in different sizes. It's all in 27-inch for the monitor. But the variations, you can get different amounts of memory in it. You can get different amounts of hard drive space. And, it has a couple different graphics processor options that you have as well.
Wow, all 27-inch. Okay, there you go. Let's talk real quickly that I know the cops used Facebook recently to help identify a robber suspect. Where did this happen? And tell me about that.
Yeah, ElkoDaily.com, Northern Nevada, up in Winnemucca, police used Facebook to show some photos of a bank robbery suspect. And the local people in the area helped him out. They identified who the suspect was, and they also gave a tip of where he often liked to hang out. So the police up there did what we would consider an effective use of social media and technology, and they were able to find the bad guy.
Wow. Good use of Facebook in this case.
Absolutely. Great use of Facebook. I'm a big fan of Facebook. I'm a big fan of technology, as you know, and it's great when we can bring stories to the table like this.
I agree. Let me talk also about because we're the holiday season here, and I know a lot of the hiring is going on for the fourth quarter busy shopping season that's upon us, and I know that Amazon and Kohl's and UPS and a lot of those have announced major hiring numbers. But who's hiring the most right now for the holiday season?
Well, it's kind of it's one of those things where if you say you're hiring the most, then you're the coolest company on the block. So it's between Amazon. They're saying that they're going to hire 80,000, which is up from last year, which was 70,000. These are their seasonal workers, of course. UPS has a big image problem they're trying to overcome. As you know, last year they had a lot of trouble doing deliveries due to lack of staffing, lack of actual delivery equipment. So they have announced that they're going to be hiring 90 to 95,000 additional workers to help with this busy fourth quarter Christmas shopping season.
Now, Amazon's not hiring anyone to run their drones, are they?
Well, the FAA hasn't quite cleared them to use their drone delivery yet.
All right. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I would personally oppose the idea of having drones deliver packages. Do I want to, go outside to get the paper in the morning and on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning and see all these drones flying all over the place, wanting to stop places, deliver stuff? The answer is no. I don't want to do that. It's
going to be interesting. It's going to be called Amazon Prime Air when it happens. There will be a day, Alan.
You think there will be a day?
I think it's a great way. I mean, Amazon is so focused on getting closer to their customer and cutting out FedEx and UPS and really getting the product to you. So you don't have to make the decision, well, am I going to drive down to the store and get it now, or am I going to wait for Amazon to get it to me in a day or two? They are doing everything they can to take that decision away from you.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that I agree with you. I am not happy to say that. I mean that because I'm opposed to it. I don't want to see it happen. But, I'm also a realist, and I know that, certain waves of things are happening in this country in various ways, and this is one of them. And I just think that people aren't going to be as happy with it as they might think right now, and it's going to be an imposition on us as well. So.
Well, yeah, the reason I think it's really going to move forward is you look at who's giving money and who's got the influence in Washington now.
Uh-huh.
There's just a story out today showing that Google gives more money to Washington than the financial firms. And I mean that really tells you something. Those guys, the financial firms, used to be the leaders. Now it's not. Now it's technology. That just tells you how big technology is getting.
Tech News with Kevin Richards. You want to find out more about Ventura Web Design, of which he is president and CEO of, go to alanstock.com. On the right-hand side of the page, you'll see the Ventura Web Design logo. Click onto that, and you'll be in touch with Kevin Richards of Ventura Web Design. We're having a little problem here, but listen, Kevin, thanks for being with us. We'll do it again next Friday.
You got it. Same time next Friday, and then the big day is October 30th.
Yes, we'll be a big switch on over. But I'll talk to you next Friday for sure.
Sounds good. See you then.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. And that, of course, is Kevin Richards with Ventura Web Design.